So
Good job, Dale.
what method did you use to hold each medallion on the duck's chuck?
Double-sided tape.
Mhm.
Okay. I figured out I have just a devil of a time getting the backing off the double-sided tape. So I
I
figured
know.
out
I know.
painter's tape.
Every time I'm trying to get the backing off of that, I'm cussing a blue streak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what I do is painter's tape on each side and then CA glue it. Painter's tape. It works perfect. And it takes
back-
1/3 the time as the double-sided tape.
Yeah, but
Get
for
the
me,
backing off and
for
get
me,
the backing off
time
of
is
it.
cheaper than the CA glue.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, guys, wait a minute. All you do
Yeah.
is take your jackknife and stick the point of it right in the surface and lift the face of it off. I do demos. I have to do this 300 times a time. And it's so simple. Take your jackknife, take a point and stick it right in there and lift the top off. And it just comes right off.
And
Okay?
then sometimes with
Brand the
static
paper you use it.
electricity, I can't get the backing off my hand.
Well, don't use that damn mounting tape. That mounting tape they sell are these mounting squares. My God, you'll bust a piece before you get it off there. I don't know what that stuff, but
And then I have to spend 10 minutes sanding the glue that's from the double-sided
Yeah,
tape
the
off the
adhesive.
back.
Yeah.
Because even denatured alcohol won't take that glue off.
before you mount the thing, you spray the back. You finish the back of it first. And then when you put it on the chuck, when you put it against the tape, it holds better and you can clean it right off.
I used to do a lot of scroll saling, and I'd use double-sided tape to put the patterns on. And what I do is I would take, and once I wanted to get it off, I just use like that Scotch double-sided clear tape. I take paint thinner or whatever and just soak it real good, and then it'd come right off. You could then rub it off.
Yeah.
It takes that sticking off pretty good.
Well,
Hot
I
glue
like that
works as well.
I like that idea of using CA glue and 2 pieces of painter's tape. That's a cool deal. Cool.
That works well for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Cool.
In fact, the piece I'm going to show tonight, I use that to hold the lid while I turn the inside. It works really well.
yeah, when you're on the budget, the double-sided tape is cheaper because it lasts a lot longer than using CA glue for each
For
one.
my mental health, it's easier for me to use the CA glue. I get frustrated with that double-sided tape.
What do you use that double-sided duct tape? Is what everybody uses?
I've got Duck Brand, which is horrible, and then I have the 3M Super Hold, which is bad, but not as bad as the Duck Brand. The Duck Brand's awful.
Yeah, the double-sided carpet tape works really well.
Well, when I went to get the double-sided tape this time, the only thing Lowe's had was the Duck Brand. And I looked for it. I looked for it in Walmart, and they didn't have any at all because our Walmart's it's a superstore, and it's one of the ones they're redoing for a grand reopening in July.
Uh-huh.
So they're half empty of everything right now.
Does that Duck Brand have that blue backing on it? Duck Brand?
Yeah.
That stuff is horrible.
I don't remember
what dental tool. I try pulling it off with a dental tool, and it doesn't work.
I don't remember what brand Turner's tape I bought, but it's pressure sensitive. You have to hold pressure on it for a little bit to get it to stick. I don't have a problem getting it off or getting it to hold.
That's that Spectrum or spec tape. That's what stuff. That's pretty good stuff.
I leave my tape with a tail on it. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yep.
And when I start to pull it off, you see how it's coming off from
Yeah.
behind. So I can just take that piece and just slip it off, cut what I want, and I got both sides at the same time.
And
I
that's
don't know if
slick.
you see that. So
I'll
that's
have
how
to
I'm
try that
doing
next
it.
That's
time,
a good
Sue.
idea. I like that.
I hadn't
'Cause
tried that, Sue. That'll make life so
Otherwise,
much easier.
I would have thrown, and this is the duct tape. I would have thrown it through the wall.
Yeah, that's why I switched to the CA and painter's
Yeah,
tape.
I understand. And when this was like an accident that happened, I said, well, I like this accident. I'm doing this from now on. So yeah, I keep the tail on it, and it's there. When I pull back, I can take the piece from both sides and just put it on what I want to put it on. It's great.
Well, if I had a couple of times, if I had been videotaping my doing that, I would have had to edit quite a long portion of it because the language was getting pretty blue.
The only problem,
Guys, and going back to what Jim Duxbury said, don't try to peel double-sided tape from any edge or cut edge because you've mashed it. It's been mashed right there. Take something sharp and stick it a quarter or halfway through,
That's
and
right.
peel it toward where it's pressed around the edges. If you try to get double-sided tape off the backing off of it near the edges, yeah, it's not gonna come loose.
You'd be there all day.
no, it's not. That's for sure.
Another thing you can do to get that backing off is touch it with something hot. Not real hot, just warm, and it'll peel back. It'll fold right over.
That's like a
torch or a lighter, huh?
Yep, that's what I worked in a paper mill, and we used double-side taping to put splices to splice two rolls together
Right.
for a continuous sheet, and that's how we'd get the double. We kept, believe it or not, old ironing. We just touch it on the base of it, and the plastic will fold right back.
Good info.
yeah,
It's amazing what we discovered.
exactly.
I tell you someone that can take that tape off real easy, and that's the lady, the last name DeGroot. She
Oh,
did
Becca.
yes.
Becca,
She can take
Yeah.
that duct tape and lay it out, and she can take that backing off and just lickety split. She does it from the middle, and she doesn't have to fight it at all. I don't know. I've forgotten how she does it, but it was amazing. She just it's off. So,
Yeah, I think it's Rebecca Dewey. Isn't it Rebecca DeGroot?
yeah, that's
Yes.
what,
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's amazing.
She
Yeah.
cuts it with a razor knife and then uses the point of that razor knife and sticks it into the backing at about the middle of the tape and lifts it and then goes from there.
Yep.
so anyway. Well,
that'll work. All right. Anything else on double-sided tape?
I think we pretty well rode pretty much
All right.
the horse.
Yeah, it'll be a good segment to clip out on for YouTube. So